Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Sorry if my voice sounds weird, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep and I'm not well, so sorry. But today we're going to go over what relics, well not in general what relics, but why you should get every relic you possibly can, and then I'll be going over the teams I use for each demonic beast as well, just so you know what teams I use, because they may have changed, even though they probably haven't. But first, of course, we're going to look at the ones you should be focusing on first, mainly like festival, so yeah, just festival relics really, and relics that are needed for current meta characters or could be meta characters. So of course, Chosen Arthur, Purg, just in case Purg gets an LR maybe. Of course, LRS can all you should have. Gotha's one's always nice. Lolly Merlin's is okay. But festival ones you should always be getting. Merlin one, broken, worth it. Magelda's of course, Sigurd's is nice, Brynhild's nice, Gotha's is a must. Jenna's is nice, of course, if you have Jenna. Of course, I don't have Jenna, it's the only relic I'm actually missing. And of course, so on and so forth. But it is worth it, because each relic is 10 GP points, plus like a bunch of basic stats, which is actually a lot of CC. And more characters you have, of course, the more CC you're going to get out of it. So for characters like Arthur, you'll get quite a bit of CC, because of course there's 4 Arthurs, so you'll get a lot of CC out of it. And of course for characters like Roxy, this Roxy here, who actually has a CC relic, you're getting 3 times the CC, which means if you're making rare gear for her or SR gear, you're going to be getting a lot of CC back, which is also worth it as well. If you're wondering, how impactful is, let's just say 340 GP points, that is actually enough for me to get an entire big crystal. If you don't know, I'm on Constellation 5 and I'm 50% of the way through. But that is an entire crystal for me, which is a lot. So let's just say, realistically, you're a newer player, you're on the 3rd constellation. That is I think that's a crystal and a half worth just from bird alone. That doesn't include deer, dogs, and Nidhogg. Of course, you do end up getting towards, like, when you start working your way down, like, it sort of increases in difficulty as well. So, like, Nidhogg, like, for example, the only relic I'm missing is Roxy, and the only reason I haven't got Roxy's relic is because I already pulled her this week, and I made Fraudrin's relic, or I made Monspeed's relic this week. But yeah, like, even though some of these characters like completely useless, like, I'm never going to be using, let's think about it, Fraudrin's relic, right? But it's CC. It's a CC relic. Not only is it box CC, but it's GP points. And that's how I look at it. Yeah, it does cost you 5 million gold and can take, 2 weeks to get, because it's Nidhogg, 2 or 3 weeks, give or take. But it's worth it, because it's GP points, and when it comes to Nidhogg, or just relics in general, they're not releasing them as fast as they used to. Now we get a relic maybe every month, every 2 months. Where back in the day, it was like you're getting 3 relics a month, or 2 relics in 2 weeks, sort of thing. So it's kind of insane. But now, since they've slowed down, now LRs are more their priority. You should really just start focusing on getting relics. So it's when these characters get LRs, you're immediately on it, because as we've seen, my initial thought is that only festivals are going to be able to get LRs, so of course, only focus on festival relics, but now it's the fact that every character in the game has a possibility of getting an LR, including seasonals, because LR Liz is a New Year variant of Liz. It's a seasonal character. Green Escon, of course, not seasonal, but just a standard SSR character. And because they're doing these now as well, you still have to focus on everyone's relic, because, could be Purgatory Barn next, because of course, with the introduction of the new Roxy, sorry, I was just looking around my room because I thought I heard my cat get off my bed. With the introduction of the new Christmas Roxy, she does boost HP and she is red. Also lowering ult gauge as well, would be kind of nice, would actually work quite well with, of course, Purgatory Barn, who, spoiler alert, is tomorrow's PvP video. And it wasn't too bad. I can see him becoming mayor if he gets an LR, because he's actually a very powerful character. So even his AoE can still hit extremely hard. Of course, his crit chance and his crit damage are quite low, which is quite common to see for anyone who is not attack based. Normally, their crit chance, crit damage is quite low, because I'm pretty sure defense and HP scale a lot. Of course, HP scales a lot higher than attack, but defense also scales quite higher than attack. So that's the reason why they normally have quite bad attack-related stats, which is kind of irritating. But then if you come to Dirt, 180 GP points, and also for characters like Goddess Liz, then you've got a Fate Link character, which of course King, always worth getting, another Fate Link character, another Festival. Ludo, box CC there you go, box CC, and he's also got a Grace. You've got Margaret, of course, now LR Margaret, so it's worth getting. You've got another Link, another Link, another Link, another Link, random CC, doesn't really matter. A very broken Relic, and of course, the Specialist Relic for this beast. You then have this Relic, which is insane for farming, and is always just nice to have, especially for Belmoth, or if you're farming, gold or whatever. 50% attack is kind of absurd for 3 turns. Useless, and quite nice to have, but of course, if you have the new Roxy, it's actually just a better variant, because the new Roxy has basically her passive, plus a little bit extra on the end. But of course, it's not worth summoning on a character just for that little bit extra at the end. Plus another 180 GP points, plus, once again, box CC. This king here has quite a lot of box CC. Let me show you. So I recently leveled him up. King. He's level 100. I'm blind. There we go. 62,000 CC. Bear in mind, he's an old character. This gear isn't even very good. He's not got, like, full outfits. Yeah, he's 6'6", but he's not got, like, everything maxed. He's got a relic. But he is quite a good link for characters like LR Liz, for characters that use him as a HP link, because he's actually got quite a bit of CC, and he's actually the best Fat King for in terms of CC. So that's the reason why he is sort of worth getting, or relic-wise, that's equipment. Creature Nest, Demonic Beast, here we go. Of course, when it comes to dogs, you've got, like, Scardy, which, of course, is not too bad a relic. Draw's relic, not the best. Her relic, not good. Her relic's kind of nice. It's nice to have. It's okay to have. Matrona's relic is nice if you want to, like, get high points on some sort of boss, or you're doing some sort of hero arena suicide red Matrona strat sort of thing. Cell's relic always nice. Shana relic broken. Cusack's relic, I think Cusack could still actually be quite good today. Of course, because he does more damage based on the more HP, the more added HP you've got from like buffs and stuff, and like boosts. So that might be not too bad. Of course, Nashi's like completely busted. You have Tonar's relic, which is specialist for Demonic Beast. King's one, Mono's one's kind of dog, and this one's kind of dog as well. But once again, it's another 130 GP points, so it's kind of worth it. Also, box CC, because some of these characters actually have quite good CC. Like this red Tonar has quite good CC. Nanashi, it's good because he's on every team, so CC once again. Matrona, I guess CC, because there's three versions of this Diane, 3 lots of CC. That's really how I look at it, is you look at it more as CC, and also the fact that now you've got that relic. So let's just say, LR Tank Diane. So for some people who don't know, Tank Diane is this Diane, which came out basically on the game's launch. I'm pretty sure she was actually one of my first SSRs as well. But let's just say she gets an LR, boom, you already have a relic. You don't have to worry about having to grind for the relic. That's the sort of thing. You're doing it in preparation for the future if they get an LR. Because if they make LRs more common, there's a higher chance of some of these more obscure characters ending up with an LR. Some characters that we may not even expected, like maybe an LR Mono, an LR Elate, which would have been horrible. But please don't give me LR Elate, I don't want it. Of course, then you move on to Nidhogg, which is like the highest demonic beast in the game, but has some of the best relics in the game. You've got like AM Melees, which can turn AM Melee into an actually quite horrible character to deal with, especially when he's by himself. You give him Red Tomio Link. He's going to have a lot of HP because of his relic. He's going to have a lot of stats because, once again, his ult gives him more stats. Lost Veins relic turns LR Melee into a proper LR. Also works for this Melee as well, which is good because his relic actually has quite a bit of CC. Of course, Queen Diane's relic, it's a must for Queen Diane. Makes such a difference. Freya's always nice. Essarosa's nice. Roxy's is a must, of course. I'll get that next week. Monspeed's is more of a meme. I did actually want to do a Monspeed PvP video because I do have green Monspeed level 100. I might do that next week. But the thing is, because Goddesses are meta, it's sort of like they just cleanse it off. Well, like I wanted to record it before. Actually, I couldn't. Anyway, yeah. That's just how it works though sometimes. They release relics and then they're immediately counted by the current meta. But overall, if you were to count it up, that's 260 GP points. Plus that's 440 GP points. Plus another 340, so it becomes 780 GP points, which is a lot. For getting every relic in the game, 780 GP points is worth it. That doesn't include then the CC you get, all that kind of stuff as well. And of course then, once again, Relic Stats are, I guess, boosted by gear. So what I mean by that is, let's just go to Lost Vein here. from this relic, technically, I should only be getting 500 defense, 500 attack, 350 defense, and 3,600 HP. But when you get the relic, you also get the stat boosts from here as well. So I'm also getting an extra 30% attack plus the attack bonus. I'm getting actually an extra 50% attack from that relic, of course, which is not actually displayed on the relic, but it displays on your stats. That's also why I look at it as well. So if I go to Roxy, every Roxy in the game has a really good CC relic. Pretty sure hers has a lot of CC. Yeah, lots of CC right there. So when I get her, she's got perfect. She currently right now has perfect attack pieces. That means I'm going to end up getting 900 attack, which is 900 extra CC, just because of me having max attack rolls for Roxy. And then if you go to this Roxy here, which is the Halloween Roxy, I'm not interested in demons at the moment. Once again, of course, I have a relic, but 850 attack. Let's say you then have perfect rare gear for her. Of course, it'll probably end up being HP defense, but you still get an extra 30% attack, which is a lot. You're getting the extra, what would it be, like 50% extra HP, all that kind of stuff. Relics can make such a large difference on your box CC, it's absurd. And it's also very, very easy way to farm GP points. Because that's what I was doing when Demonic Beasts become easy and infinitely farmable. That is what I do. I farm them for GP points. That's the reason why I've got like every Nidhogg relic in the game. Like, I don't save for the next one. Yeah, okay, the next one's coming out in 2 weeks. Oh, unfortunately, I can't make it day one, but I can make it the week after because I've got more than enough materials. But now we're going to go on to teams I use for each Demonic Beast, just in case you wanted to know still. Once again, pretty simple team. You can use another team as well, which is of course like Magelda, Traitor Melee, the Ultimate One, and then Festival Gotha, because the stat boosts are insane and they both do quite a bit of damage. For Deer, I run Albedo. There's probably a bit more efficient team, but Albedo just the ability to still two-shot the final floor on the final phase without the Yawn buff, kind of absurd, in my opinion at least. So that's the reason I've got her here. Skull and Hearty, once again. Albedo, as you can see, there's a slight trend here. But of course, this team's very good. They're all rag, so they're all rag / unknown. That means they all get the basic stat boost. Means they all get actually 20% basic stats from, of course, Freya's relic. Tyr is only really here for its passive, which lowers. That doesn't lower. That increases your attack depending on how low your HP gets, which is the reason why he's actually here. And of course, she's here because she's the specialist character for this Demonic Beast. Links-wise, doesn't really matter. There are other teams you can use if you do really struggle with this Demonic Beast. You still can use the Patience team. Which is, of course, this Freya, green Small Valenti, the blue Barn that has like the attack lower passive, and then, of course, Festival King as well. That is the team I used to use for quite a while, and I actually only stopped using when I actually made this team, because it was actually, in my opinion, the easiest team to defeat the Demonic Beast, and, of course, Nidhogg, standard. But there is one thing I can say, you don't need her, and you don't need her. If you have green Freya, you can use green Freya over red. If you don't have red Margaret, you can use blue Margaret. If you're saying, well, you're still going to struggle, my friend who had green Freya and blue Margaret, not LR blue Margaret, and a not like fully whaled out Freya, I went onto his account and I did it for him. He said, no, I can't even do floor 1. He was struggling with floor 1 phase 2 because it was extort. I done it with that team in about 20 minutes. And now he can do it every week because I explained to him how every phase works, how it all works, and he understands how to do it now. But this Demonic Beast is also quite a pushover. Recently they did reset the achievement, which was like, oh, defeat floor 3 5 times. You end up getting 3 diamonds for completing it once, and then of course 5 diamonds for completing it 5 times. So I completed it 5 times and got 8 diamonds for free, basically, which was very nice. But of course this team has a lot of CC, and does really require you to get her relic. So of course you can use a patience team until you get her relic, which is like the normal patience team I said in the on the last Demonic Beast sort of thing. But yeah, like it's worth getting every relic, especially with them now moving on to different things. Like LRs is now the big thing. So relics were the big thing, but now it's LRs. So we're less likely to see more relics, but we're more likely to see more LRs. So you might as well get every relic, because well, getting LRs is not as simple as just farming one Demonic Beast. It's normally, well, they are making LR coins a lot more common, but it's not as easy as farming a Demonic Beast, which you can, yeah, it'll take you a long time to get a single relic, and yeah, you may be time gated because you need the little triangle things for it, But as long as you get all the relics, you get a lot of GP points, you get a lot of box CC. Yeah, it can be sort of like quite time consuming, but in the end, you are getting something out of it. It's a grind with an end goal. It's not some infinite grind. For example, box CC is an infinite grind. Getting the relics, it's not. There's only a limited amount of relics. Well, there's technically an infinite. Well, there is a limit how much box CC you get, but technically you could put in more work and get more box CC, and there's no real end limit. Where relics, you know how many times you have to farm it basically to get all the relics. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.